Axis and Allies players, the good captain here. Welcome to a recap of Austria-Hungary's round 8, Russia's round 8, Germany's round 8 in this game of Axis and Allies 1914, played against a human opponent. Austria-Hungary purchases 10 infantry and 2 artillery. Okay, and then the combat move is fairly predictable. The remnants from Russia are dropping back into Constantinople to help in its defense. Fighter and the assets in Vienna push to Tyrolia. So what we end up with here is a, what is that? 11 and 9, so that's 9.5 kills expected against 10, like 11 or 12 on the way back. Anyway, I'm not going to pull it. Yeah, I was warmed by 2 or 3 hits there for the Russians, and then the Austrians rolled down 2 or 3 hits. So, yeah. So that's 2 battles in a row that didn't go that too well, but we had some decent luck in other areas of the game, so whatever. So on the Russians' turn, this is I don't know. This is kind of what I was thinking. I wasn't thinking ahead so far to think of exactly what pieces I could evacuate with this French transport. Or that I would do this definitely, but again, just putting things in a position where they could do something. Because otherwise I didn't have a job for this French transport. I didn't have a job for this Russian battleship, but at least here there's a thing they can do. And one thing we can do is we could just sit in the C zone and then shell and attack, right? The Russians could reinvade, perpetually demanding that certain assets, CP assets, stay here to cover from such an attack. But loading a fighter is not really, it's indicative of a different plan, and I think what I'd rather do is probably pull the Russians back with their fighter that would now only be able to move one movement, right? Because I have to have one Russian infantry. You have to have an infantry in every territory with any unit, and so this is no longer a 2-movement unit piece. It's a 2-move piece. It's just bound to the infantry, but he could still walk around and bring his fighter into some part of the West Front where we could create a defensive air parity, if we get him into Venice eventually. So anyway, this is just neither here nor there. Okay, so yeah, I declined combat on the Russian turn. On the German turn, Germany purchases 7 infantry and 4 artillery, and then sends, I think it was 5-5. Yeah, sends in a 5-5, so that's 100%. Or somewhere thereabouts, and then sends in 6 infantry and 1 artillery to clear the Alsace. And that one is probably worth running. 6 infantry and artillery versus 2 infantry. What is that, like 85? 90? It's not 100, is it? 82, okay. So, yeah, greater than a 1 in 6. That's why I always like to kind of make it relatable, at least in my head, so it's slightly better than shooting down a strategic bomber or an anti-aircraft role. It's a little bit better than that if the Germans miss. But they do not miss. The battle in Alsace goes well enough for them. They pick up both pieces, and the French, or the units in there, both missed. And in Finland, I think this one went 1.5. Yeah, so it's all locked up now up there. So, we're in it now. That's the end of Russia, and that's typical of what I see. Round 8. Round 8 is when Russia is laid completely to rest. And though I've never done this sort of I've never pocketed Russian troops up here. This is a first for me. Uh, this is kind of what I was envisioning in my why I'm doing. I've decided to do this because you have to send significant assets up there to come dig them out. And this is what we would call in my army days mobility killed. They're not out of the game, but it will take them 6 or 7 turns, and so I don't know if we'll be, you know, I don't know if the game will be over by then. It might be. Yeah, in the late teens is usually when the games are wrapped up, if not before. So we'll see, though. We'll see. I have some experience, but nothing is set in stone. So yeah, let's carry on with the French turn. And yeah, I was deliberating about buying an armor. I think I might do it just to have it. We seem to be a little flush with infantry still, so I'll try it. Armor, of course, being terrible for defense. Depends on a 1 and only takes 1 hit. But, it can help in these blocker battles, right? Like absorbing a hit here and there. After it absorbs 2 hits, it's paid for itself. It's also helped to assist in attacks if it's been used in that way. So, who's the bigger threat here? Who's got the bigger economy? Austria-Hungary 40, Germany 42. Yeah, they're about equal. They're about equal. Yeah, so let's send 2. Yeah. So wait, the Italians, actually, let's not fiddle fart around with this. I'm just going to do some out loud math here. If the Italians are producing 4 and 5 infantry a turn, the Americans are sending in essentially 7 a turn. 10, 11 or 12 times 3 is 33 to 36, and that's a bit thin, isn't it? Trying to, and then the British are committing 6, and the French are committing, what, 30, 33? And I'm just trying to keep the numbers straight. Axis and Allies is an economy-based game, so since units generally defend better than they attack, just making sure your money is being dispersed evenly. At least over here is kind of the goal. The hammer is in the east. We just gotta be the anvil in the west. Okay, let's continue. Ah, yes. This French transport comes here, so the British will walk off into Egypt following turn. Yes, this French transport will come around here and very bizarrely deposit an aircraft and infantry on R9 next turn. That is a first for me. And then we will move this French fleet south and dispose of the Transjordan situation. Alright, so let's just do some basic math here. I'm going to count this up. I'll do this off screen. Stand by. Yeah, we're good. Okay, so let's just keep sweeping to make sure. No, I don't want to commit the fighter just yet. Oh, okay, so that's it. So yeah, here we go with another naval invasion. So we go back up to our trusty coastal barrage box and add in a Frenchman into the coastal barrage box. Okay, now, one last time. This is a 12-point attack pending the survival of both infantry. So statistically speaking, there's a decent chance that we wipe out both. But we, as the, what I want to hear from the French is we got knocked off the Ottoman artillery. That is acceptable. So let me know how it goes, fellas. Coastal barrage box. We ignore the first one. Don't care. This is the one. Ah, he survived. So, well, and they got wiped out. And we lose a Frenchman. So, Transjordan is now French, and the threat is buried. Battle in Alsace. This is a smash. We lose 3. Okay. Okie dokie. That should be it. Yes. Done. Yes. And we'll drop some assets into Paris. 33 for next turn. Okay. Since France's main enemy is Germany, let's just make sure he didn't save any. Yeah, all spent. So they are outproducing us, but that's where the British sending in, and now the Russians sending in a few pieces might help a little bit. Okay, so that's it. Let's move on to, oh, just a little pause. For the British, am I doing an all infantry purchase? Let's count up the artillery. 9, 10, 11, 12. So we want at least 36 and up to 48, 29, 39. Basically 49 plus casualties. I'm just going to buy a rack of infantry. I don't think that's... I'd rather have too many than not enough. That's just me. And I don't know. I don't know. We'll see what changes. Okay, British combat move. Yes, very important. Okay, so yeah, we ram everyone in there. Yeah, we just want to do as much damage in there as we can. And I'll pull up the battle calc, but... And then I'm going to actually, yeah, I'm going to split these guys up because we want to be able, again, just kind of teeing up this up off the last video. We want to be able to retreat into, I want to keep the options open and putting a, since they're French territories now, we need a British asset in there to make that a legal move. Okay, and then this is pretty basic. 1 and 5 go into the transport and jump past Persia. And yeah, we'll see what opens up here. I mean, a lot of assets up here, but Russia exposed. You kind of got to keep an eye on the back door there as the CP. It's one of the more difficult aspects of that side. Okay, so in the west, I think it's 100% push. But if we do that, a little pause, let me run some calculations. Yeah, we need to go full in, so I'm going to probably borrow from the Americans. Or we could drop in 2 Brits. I guess it doesn't really matter. Okay. Well, we got to do that now, don't we? Yeah, doesn't matter. Okay. Yes, you move north. Get off the boat. French battleship. You are particularly useless, aren't you? Yeah, let's move out. Huh. Okay, let's call it done. There's no coastal nonsense in these battles. Okay, now let's take a look at this. Is kind of a set piece battle. Let's take a look at the calculations. Yeah, so this is a 25-point tub swing, essentially 8. This is an 8-piece swing. in the in favor of the British. There should be 8, probably 9 defenders left, so we're looking to see 5 Ottoman infantry left and 4 Ottoman artillery, and we should see, what is that, 18 British, so we should lose 11 actual after we ignore 3. This should be a smash. So actually now, oh no, that's right. We knock him off 100%. That means he can't hit Ankara between 2 contested zones. So yeah, okay, so we're good. Engage. Let's clean out Ankara. Barely got him. Jeez. Jeez. Poor God. All right. That feels down. Let's see. 6. No, 6 and 9. That's par. 5 and 9. That's par. 4 times -1 par. Par. -1. -2. Down a couple. And that's up 2. Huh. Okay, whatever. Yeah. It was an under-over with 2, so point differential 4 in favor of the Ottomans. 3 times 4 is 12, so that would have been a positive tough swing of 12 instead of 24. Is that right? Watch. Let's see if I'm right here. Right on the nose. Positive 12. Right there. Boom. Okay. Again, I think I'm going to make the argument when I get to my videos that this is one of those. This is a game where having a battle calculator or allowing battle calculators over the board is just going to save everyone time. Like, just flat out. Because everything's in one round of combat. Or at the very least, it'll make doing the dumb calculations in your brain a lot easier and faster. Another reason I just kind of scratch my head over why people say this game takes so long to play. Anyway, okay, let's continue. Turns should be pretty quick. You know, there's not even a non-combat move. Okay, 2 into London. Click, click. And the rest over here. So, Allied powers are 17 in favor. Tov is looking the way it looks, and yeah. Okay, thanks for watching this. All the best from the good captain, and bye-bye.